Welcome back, everybody, to Lights Out League Racing. Apologies for the delay. Codemasters. Being Codemasters. They make this league racing. It's like a monkey trying to fuck a football. It's just not right, is it? It's crazy. Thank you all for rejoining. Those that are. We've got qualifying where Benedict has plunked himself on pole in the championship standings. Katamies is P2 and got himself ahead of Lennon and Wesker in that order. So that championship battle is hot, like it here is weather-wise. I'm under the impression it's going to be a sunny race for the throughout the race. We've got Josh, who's finished ahead of Chespo in the Challenger Championship. None of them got pole though. Sygate pulled out the bag, got himself P7. And that P1 Challenger position, can he emulate that in the race too? That'll be rather interesting. It's a tricky circuit, this one. Drivers should just be sorting out their setups and their strategies and their fuel. With it being a temporary circuit, it's quite bumpy. It makes it really difficult in the braking zones. And we saw in the Div 1 race, especially when the weather conditions changed, one or two found it difficult to find the braking point and ended up mowing the lawns. It's one of the fastest tracks on the calendar. Cars are going to reach an average speed of 250 kilometers an hour. The track's a lot wider than it used to be, which up that average pace. My predictions, I think. So in the Div 2, Div 2. I'm not gonna do any commentator's curse. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it to the gods. There's a fight between yourself, Lennon, Katamies and Wesker, and between Josh and Chespo, and I don't want to tempt fate. So a majority of people choosing the mediums to start with. We saw the one stopper was the way to go. Chespo, English Monk, Krills and Keyser all choosing to go to the alternate strategy, which means they'll have the longest stint on the first run. Josh and Chespo. Oh, it's feisty at the start. They're hitting each other right on the formation lap. It's getting tasty. Oh, I reckon this race is going to be smooth like sandpaper on sunburn. There's going to be some ouchy moments. Kessler and Harry Hale giving each other one. And it's all going to go on. It's a 5.2 kilometre circuit, clockwise, of course, like the traditional way. 14 corners, 9 to the right and 5 to the left, with 4 DRS zones, which we saw were quite effective in Div 1. 50% chance of a safety car and 67% chance of a VSC. VSC more likely, because there is a couple of runoff areas. Although the walls are quite close, can be quite unforgiving. Benedict has some reasonable pace about him. If he can pull away from Katamies at the start and Terry's at the start, there'd be a high chance this race win could be his as he heads towards his grid box. It's a 271 metre run down from pole to turn 1 braking point, a 19.3 second pit stop. Katamies has got his fan club Empuz in the chat for this championship fight. I've never seen it so close in several seasons, although it's the first season in a long while we've had 2 divisions. There's a big group of people watching, and for the final time for Lights Out League Racing in season 29 and 2025, it's 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be lights out. It is lights out, and away we go. It's a good launch off the line from Katamies. who's side by side going into turn 1 with Benedict. Oh, they join wheels and Katamise is flying. Where has Katamise gone? He's taken the lead of the race. It looked like they've gone inside each other. And Katamise has got ahead of Benedict. We've got a yellow flag. And it looks like Harry Hales has dropped to the back. Danny Dines at the rear as well. Is Williams of English Monk. Has lost his wing on his debut. But out the front, Katamise has managed to get ahead. Lennon stayed ahead of Wesker here. Project Ty exchanging places with Josh. Good start here from Project Ty in the Alpine. Gunnar ahead of Josh as well, so Chespo and Josh both losing out early doors inside there of Ferrari side by side with Josh. Brave driving there from him and Magel. Chespo going through and slotting behind Josh. That's exactly what the overtake he needed. Taking a look on the inside of Josh. Another yellow flag, and it looks like Kessler is facing the wrong way. Going through... oh, I haven't got my bloody stuff on. Idiot. Going to turn 11. Katamise remains at the front though. That's the start that the Haas needed. Was very close to Benedict. It looked like his car was riding over the back of Benedict, but didn't look like there was any damage done. English Monk and both Kessler in the pits then. Getting early wing changes. But we've got to train all the way down to Cygate then, so all three Challenger leaders, Challenger rivals remain in DRS range. He lost back end traction from Chespo. His tyre's not quite up to temperature as yet. As we see Krills challenging Magel at turn 6. It's very tight. It's not normally a place you make an overtake, and Magel defends well. Geese up to P16 already, as Benedict back into the lead of the race ahead of Katamise. What's happened to Cygate? He's lost out from DRS to Rouse and Benja. So Rouse now leading the Challenger Championship in the Aston Martin, under threat from Benja. Benja taking a quick look as Project Ty goes through as well on Cygate. Josh on Gunnar. Gunnar going deep at turn 11. This is what Josh needed. He's got a big move to make on the inside of Cygate. Racy here from the Mercedes driver. Front two are pulled away from Terry's. Terry needs to stay within her DRS to have a say in this championship fight. Keyser up to P15, making moves on Krills. And already looking to make moves on the Ferrari of Magel. Takes a quick look at turn 3. Not quite able to as yet. Not sure why he didn't settle up though, he didn't really say. Oh, it'll be interesting to find out. Unlike Keyser. Maybe he was just having a big poo. Oh, Terry's just found that DRS again, thankfully. As Benja all over the back of Rels. Ferrari driver looking to make the overtake. As Chespo up to P12. Magel losing out another position here to Keyser. Yellow flag. Kessler's in the pits. Again, I assume that it's him with the yellow flag. But the front two have pulled away. Brilliant start here from the Haas. Terry's the cork in the bottle now. Just hasn't got that early pace, race pace that he needed to stay with the front two. Although he's got a good traction out of turn 14. At the moment, Katamise is our champion as it stands, but there's a long way to go. Harry Hale up to P16, overtaking Krills down to turn 1. Keys are all over the back of Cygate. He's found himself down in P13 now. Chespo, his tyres now should have switched on and up to temperature. And as we approach double-digit laps, his tyres should be in prime condition. Looks to make an overtake on the outside, leading turn 9 and 10, and he does, up to P11 for Chespo. And needs to get back into DRS as Keyser overtaking Seigate ahead of the chicane. Brilliant overtake from the McLaren, which I'm pretty sure McLaren will take the overall Constructors' Championship with the victories of Callum and Jax Daniels in Div 1. Chespo making moves on Josh here. Now that puts Chespo in prime position for the Challenger Championship. He's got 16 points, I think it was, ahead of Josh, and as he finishes ahead of Josh, game, set, match for the Challenger. Oh, he loses back at... Oh, he held on to that well. Opens the door for Josh, so looked really racy at the start. He's had a fine season. Hasn't managed to be as consistent as Chespo has been throughout the season, who came from behind midway through. Hands all over the back of Project Tie. DRS open. Gets himself up to P8, P9 now, Chespo. You can see Rels in the near distance. Any one of these front runners make a move as yet. Terry's looking in his rear view. Rels is gone. Facing the wrong way at turn 11. And found himself back in P13 now. Which means Chespo is now leading the Challenger Championship. But has to defend from Josh from deep with DRS. Extreme drive here. As something happened to Magel. Seigate's in the pits. Having a wing change, so Seigate, probably that explains his drop down the grid order. Terry Reds has gained a couple of seconds on the front too. It still remains Benedict in front. The three chasing cars still yet to make some sort of move. Are they just tyre preserving? Are they just biding their time, waiting for a mistake? As it stands, Katamise will be champion. Doing what he needs to do. Alpine's exchanging positions to the chicane. Guna in P10. There's a second bite of DRS as well. Consolidates that position. Goes all over the back of Harry Hale. Run down to turn 11. Not quite close enough to make the overtake here. It's like it's come out ahead of the English Monk and Kessler. Both with early damage. Project Tie in the pits. Has he got damage? No. Surely it's not an early pit stop. It is an early pit stop. Onto the hard tyres to go to the end. Magel's in the pits as well. Early pit stop as well. Are they doing a two-stopper? It's definitely not the way to go. And we know there's no weather coming. Benedict still leading the way. Katami's keeping him honest. I thought Benedict would just storm away. But it's a brilliant drive here from the Finnish driver. He should celebrate by eating that minging fish tin. Is it store? I can't remember what it's called. I reckon I could give it a go. The amount of people I see that are chugging the guts off. I reckon I've got quite a strong stomach. I reckon I could eat that. If they ever do like that, no, I'm not conforming. I never do the viral challenges. I never did during COVID. I never will. But I reckon I would. I reckon I could eat stum string or something like that. Don't know. Project Tie, P15 overtaking Danny Dine. Fresh tyres for the Alpine and making them work. Still probably not quite up to temperature after coming out of the blankets. Made that move stick, and he's got 4 seconds down the road as Krills overtaking the McLaren of Harry Hale down to turn 1. Harry Hale, oh, just almost outbraking himself. Trying to do an immediate switchback, but well defended from RB of Krills. 13. Big gap to the next car ahead. Gap has opened up here between Lennon and Wesker. Both fell off each other's DRS. Which means Benji, after a little practice in the Div 1 race, finds himself in P4, challenging for that podium position. 3 seconds off the front runners. Oh, it's tense. I'm sweating like a bear shitting razor blades. Jimity says this: Freestyle's Heat Katamise is going to lead and take his seat as King Wesker. You're not the thing. It's obviously English is not his first language, because that half only made sense. There's no point in giving Wesker jip. He's put up a brilliant fight. And of course Lennon's in this championship fight as well. But at the moment Katamise is on top. Project Ty and Harry Hale exchange positions then. Harry Hale losing 2 positions in 2 laps. I think whoever wins and whoever finishes running up both deserve a round of applause. It's been a brilliant fight all season, and it shows the fact that it's come to the final race of the season to name our challenger, our champions of the season. Wesker has dropped back here, and he's got Benja in his rear view mirror. Benja on the inside, not quite making a move. Wesker defends well, but Lennon has caught in to the DRS of Terry's and Benji. Wesker the one losing out at the moment as Project Ty on new tyres, up to P13 now. Dispatching Krills. We're on lap 10 of 29 already. This has flown by. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I know, I know, I know, I know, I want you, I want you. Caught up to Kessler, who's pit a couple of times. Would be ghosted anyway, but this will open the door for Benedict to have a bit of DRS. And will help him just keep that gap and maintain that gap from Katamise. Benji just slipping out of Derry's TRS. Wordplay, man. Wordplay. This is exactly what Lennon needed to try and gain an extra place. But he needs to finish ahead of Katamise to have any sort of chance of winning the championships. Keysing out to P10 from the back of the grid. What a performance here it is for the McLaren. On the alternate strategy as well. Finds himself up to P10. Chest bowls in this battle. That Wesker ends up hitting the back of Wesker, and Wesker is in the pits. Wesker was going so slow. Terry's is in as well. Oh no, Wesker is getting to him. The final race of the season is getting to him, and he's got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's got a damaged wing, so probably explains why he's been slowing down and dropping from Lennon. And his race is unfolding in a negative way. Oh, I thought the safety car was out then. Just seeing the green safety car. Wesker's come out ahead of Krills and in P12, and we'll hope for some sort of safety car. But his advantage here, Rels drops out as he comes out the pits. P17 then behind Danny Dine, who you suspect he'll be pitting very soon. Hopefully Benji doesn't have any sort of, doesn't look like he's got any damage. Chespo as well, both got caught up behind Wesker. Oh, it's gone bad to worse from Wesker, then wing damage to speeding in the pit lane. Lennon's now in P3. It's a front 2 pit. Both Very cautious over the line. As Lennon. Benji's in the pits as well, so Lennon will take the lead of the race. But we saw in Div 1 that the undercut was very powerful, so Lennon and Benji and Chesper's on the alternate. So Lennon and Benji, I suspect, will pit definitely the next lap. They'll have to, or they're going to lose plenty of time. But it's also a long way to go. Still, a good 17, 18 laps on the hard tyres. And what's happened here? Katami's making an early move on Kiza. I thought Kiza would try and hold him up as much as possible. But Katami's on those fresh tyres. He had to be aggressive there to get past the McLaren. And is still within DRS of Benedict. So, good drive there from the Haas. Kiza trying to defend as much as possible. Terry Reds has come out behind Kiza. And a net P3 here from the Williams. Benji's come out behind Guna. But he's got plenty of open air. Wesker has to navigate through Project Tie. As English Monk. Oh, Italian hand gesture for English Monk as well. As Lennon and Benji both pit, so Chespo now takes the lead of the race. English Monk speed in the pit lane, the same as Wesker. Gets one of the Italian hands. Hey, what are you doing? Hey! Josh goes through as well, still yet to pit. And is in this train behind Benedict and Katami's. Wesker takes fastest lap though. All points are valuable. As he's closing in on Project Tie. Benja and Benji. Oh, it's a Spider-Man meme. As they're battling on track. Benji's fell behind Lennon after the pit stops. Lennon though well behind Terry's, who makes the overtake on Josh with DRS up to the fast chicane. That's what he needed to do. Josh's tyres must be degraded. It's a yellow flag and it's a Red Bull. Who is it? I think it was Kessler on the final corner. Losing traction, no damage though. Benedict taking that fastest lap. As Josh now finding the pits. 3 seconds for Katami's. Could that play its part? The nerves are getting to him as Wesker up to P9, getting past Project Tie. He of course has that penalty himself. But the penalty could play its part if Lennon can close the gap. Try and get himself ahead of Katami's. Katami's needs to get past Benedict here. Try and gain these positions. Pair them with DRS. Terry's will have his say. Empos is cheering on Katami's. Cheering him on for the win. Benji here with Benji. Just need Benedict. And then we'll have the trifecta on track. We've had it before, we can have it again. Just trying to stay here. Katami's fastest lap. As Benedict managed to overtake Chespo. Katami's needs to overtake the Sauber now as well. Can Chespo hold him up? He's defending turn 3 on the outside. Katami's goes for the inside. Chespo did as much as he could, but his tyres are 11 laps older. Tried to do his teammate a favour, but Katami's had to make that move, but he has fell out of DRS of Benedict, which could open the door for Terry's. Highgate in the pits, doing another pit stop here. Chessbowl sticking here with Katami. He's trying to put him under pressure. Can he make the overtake? This would be something if Chessbowl can get back ahead of Katami's. But Katami's have a better line. Lennon past Giza now. Up to P5. Harry Hale getting ahead of Sygate as he comes out of the pits on some fresh mediums. Benji ahead of Giza. Giza, of course, on the alternate strategy. Benji going slightly wide. When we'll see the alternate strategy go in the pit, it'll be any time now, I reckon. Oh, it's tight here. But Giza couldn't go in the pits there if he wanted to, unless he had to back out. And brilliant overtake from the Ferrari up to P7. Again, he had to make that move. He had to, if he was to stick with Benji, who's got DRS from Lennon here. Lennon thought he'd pulled away and got a gap. But brilliant speed here for the Mercedes. Terry Red's on Chessbowl through turn 5. We'll be able to make the move before the DRS zone and hunt down Katami's. Terry's is in this. Terry's is in play. If he can get past Katami's, he should be able to dispatch Chessbowl on the outside before the chicane. He does. Up to P3 then for Terry's, and he's just over a second behind Katami's. Katami's is not liking these hard tyres at the moment. Wesker ahead of Giza with DRS up to P8. And less than 3 seconds to Benja. Can Terry's have his say here in the championship fight? Terry's is liking the hard tyres at the moment. Wesker now, Chessbowl now deciding to pit. His battle here is with Josh, who has already pit onto the hards. Coming round turn 13. Giza pitting as well, so both go into the same strategy. Chessbowl leaving his pit box. And Josh just coming round the final corner. He's going to be tight down to turn 1. Oh, and Chessbowl's out just ahead. His tyres won't be up to temperature though. The side by side, Josh has got himself back ahead up to P9. Neither will have DRS. So Josh ahead in the championship. He does have track limits penalty. Krill's into the pits to change his tyres as well. But Chessbowl will have those mediums to the end. I need to sip of my neck juice. We're on the final stretch of the race. I've run out of Matt Thirsty. Oh my God. As we jump up, Terry's 1.5 seconds just dropped back slightly here on Katami's. He's got better traction out of the final corner. He won't have DRS, but he's going to put pressure under the Haas driver. If he forces him into a mistake here, this could put everything in play. Lennon needs to be where he needs to be. Project Ty in the pits, getting off those hard tyres. Early pit stop, of course. Josh still ahead of Chessbowl, defending well. Needs to get our 3-second gap. Needs to finish ahead of him to have any chance of the championship. He needs to finish. If Josh finishes first, he needs to have at least 2 or 3 cars between them to have a championship fight. Benji up to P4, ahead of Lennon. Under threat from the Ferrari. Benji behind. Second dose for Benja. As Chessbowl back up ahead of Josh now, P8. Advantage the Sauber. And those medium tyres working well for him. 10 laps to go for his first Lights Out League Racing Championship. And he'll be counting it down. I think his palms will be sweaty. Terry Red's just dropping back here now. Katami's just settling a bit. Just extending his gap between Terry's. He's still would drop down to P3, but the championship would still be his. Geezer getting that fastest lap, 18.7. It's a point that Katamies and Wesker could have needed. But I doubt they're getting now with Geezer claiming that on those fresh mediums. 4.5 seconds behind Gunnar in P10. Magel in the pits on from fresh mediums. Can Magel get the fastest lap? Ooh, spicy. Not 1 spice, but 5 spice. Benedict here. That outright pace. He's got himself 5 seconds ahead now of Katamies. And quite comfortable. Katamies has got 2 seconds ahead of Terry's. Terry's needs to put his throttle down. Put pressure on that pussy. Because it stinks. Katamies the blue waffle in the Haas. Lennon still keeping Benji honest, but not managed to retake that P4. Doing all he needs to. Wesker at the moment will lose out on a couple of places. Josh falling in and out of DRS to Chespo, hasn't got it. As we go down and see Magel. Oh, what's happened to Magel? Out of the chicane. Has spun round, hasn't got he's lost an end plate. Just a yellow flag though. I think for how stretched out all the cars are. Unfortunate not to get some sort of VSC as the leader goes through. Will we see Magel go into the pits? We do. He's got a fresh wing. He's just been in the pits as well. It's unfortunate for the Ferrari. What can Lennon do here? Katamies has managed to find a bit more pace. That extra lap maybe just helping Katamies. Soft tyres for Magel. They're going to be bits at the end. Ripped a bit. I've got bits in my mouth. They're going to be that worn down. They're going to slick like snot on a doorknob. Slippery. And they're not quite able to make that move yet. So it's just all settled down a bit. As everyone's tyres just start wearing. In a few laps' time, we may see 1 or 2 people just lose position. Krills looking to make a move here on Danny Dine. Both on reasonable fresh tyres. 3 seconds for Benji. Now that would mix up the positions a bit. Krills. Oh, excuse me. It's busy December, man. Busy December. I cannot wait till Christmas Day is over and I can have a sleep. Terry can't win the championships, Jimity. He's mathematically out of them now. Lennon is with an outside chance, but it is between Katamies and Chespo. And at the moment, as it stands, Katamies will win both the Div 2 championship and the professional championship. Before the race, Katamies was 6 points behind Wesker in the Div 2 championship and 3 points in the professional championship. So he's got plenty of points, especially Wesker with the speeding in the pit lane penalty. Katamies just needs to get across the line, really. And Terry's not managed to match his pace, so Terry's, he was within the first fight, just hasn't managed to match Katamies and Wesker. Jimati saying Katamies has got it. Danny Dine Getting overtaken by Krills. I think Dan had a bit of a moment there. And losing out on a bit of time. Already 2 seconds behind. Krills up to P16 and hunting down Harry Hale. Don't fumble the bag. It's expensive if he's got a spare hand. Ideally, he's got someone else there to do that for him. Englishman getting rid of his penalty. Switching probably onto some softs. Looking to do a fastest lap attempt. Geezer in the pits then. Interesting from Geezer. Sticking some fresh tyres on and a fresh wing, which means he could potentially extend his fastest lap time. Free pit stop for the McLaren. English Monk, you've just got rid of a penalty and you've got another one. Forgetting that you have to stay within the white lines. Actually, Rels has gone through. I thought it was a free pit stop for Geezer. He's got enough space there to do a fastest lap attempt. Terry closes the gap here on Keat and Katamies. Katamies has DRS though off the lapped car of Kessler. Got a yellow flag and it's the other Haas. Sygate has lost it coming out of turn 5. As his teammate goes on through. Harry Hale all over the back here of Sygate. Has Sygate got damage? He suspects so. He's got a lost damaged end plate. Harry Hale have DRS. This should be an easy enough overtake. Oh, he does on the outside. Brilliant overtake as we just missed his teammate. Geezer getting back ahead of Rels. And this is where Geezer will go for that fastest lap attempt then. Should have DRS too. Now Rels has DRS off Geezer actually. My bad. As we jump back onto Lennon then. All over the gearbox here of Benji. It's both on the same tyre strategy. Sygate in the pit, so he did get damage after hitting the wall. And Sygate switch some tyres and get a fastest lap attempt too. And then make an overtake. Not quite close enough down to turn 1. We'll have a second attempt on the run down to turn 3. Benji planted his car in the middle of the track. Defends the outside. Not quite close enough to make that move. Lennon. Terry's dropping back. Over 2.5 seconds behind now. Needs to stay within that 3 seconds if he wants that P2. Benedict's almost 7 seconds ahead of Katamies. As Benja's made a move on Lennon. Lennon must have made a mistake. And Lennon keeps that position. I wonder if Benja slightly collided with him. Or just pulled out of the battle. But both still chasing Benji for P4. He's just dropped back behind Rels. So Rels making use of that DRS. As we see Sygate on those fresh softs. Can we see the other Haas get that fastest lap? Get that juicy point. Geezer struggling. What happened there? From Geezer. It's a VSC by the looks of it, not a full safety car. Well, he went deep at turn 4 and then went completely deep at turn 5, the McLaren. And DNF, first DNF for Div 2, but it's a VSC. Not a full safety car, thankfully, at this late stage. Pit stop there for Josh. Is he expecting a full... Apparently Katamise means crackhead and finish. I didn't, but I don't think it's his real name either, so he's probably chosen that. Josh going in the pits then, expecting potentially a full safety car. But he's got some free air to do a fastest lap attempt himself. That was unusual there for Keezer. Be interesting to see what happened there. Brutus suspecting Keezer may be trying a potential purpose safety car. Would have to see an onboard footage from that. Harry Hale drive through. It means Catman, okay. No, Catman! Terry's has closed the gap here on Katamise. Yeah, we were on board there with Keezer. It was unlike the McLaren driver. Very rare that he makes a mistake in DNFs. He's had a great race. So Red's back over 2 seconds gap between him and Katamise. Staying with it, and that 3 second penalty gap. Can Lennon try and make a move here on Benji? I haven't seen many FIFA YouTubers, Puzz, so I couldn't really comment. He does play it a lot, though. He doesn't do anything else. He sweats like R. Kelly at a Cub Scout meeting on his YouTube streaming. I'm surprised he takes time. He has the time to take a shower. Harry Hale in the pits, get rid of his drive-through. You naughty boy. Benji and Lennon are closing in on Benji, but I think Benji would have had DRS. Lapping Krills. Terry's has put his foot down now on the penultimate lap. He's got Katamise in his sights. Just over a second gap now. That VSC would have helped a little bit of tyre degradation. Josh fastest lap, 1:18.5. A point towards his championship fight. But Chespo has got a big enough gap ahead of him. And doing a brilliant job in P8. And what Katamise doesn't need here is a puncher, which he's had this season. With 1 lap to go, it's unlikely that he's going to get it. He's been in clean open air. And he's best just if Terry's is right on his gearbox, just let him past. Well, he's going to be 3rd place because he's going to get jumped on penalties. But Terry's is just over a second now, pushing for that second on track. Lennon and Benji struggling to make a move on Benji. Well, they were both jumping on penalty as well as we're on the final lap. Dominant display here from Benedict as soon as he broke free from Katamise. It's been no trouble at all. Coming round turn 10. 5 corners to go here for Benedict to take the race win. As Katamise coming round the chicane as well. Terry Rez has completely dropped back. He's made a mistake somewhere. He's lost a second. Final couple of corners for the final time for Div2. For season 29 for Lights Out League Racing. And Benedict will cross the line and take the race win in Melbourne. Congratulations, Benedict. But Katamise will come round the final corner, and this will be the Professional Championship and Div 2 champion. Katamise crosses the line. Terry Rez will come home and take that P2 Final podium for the Williams driver. Lennon will jump and Benji will jump Benji. 4th, 5th and 6th. Wesker will come across the line. P7 will have that penalty. But commiserations, took it to the wire. Brilliant display from Wesker throughout the season. Chespo is your challenger champion in Div 2. Congratulations to him in the Sauber. Sauber take the Constructors' Championship. Guna P9, Project 9 tie P10. Josh will come home P11. Commiserations to Josh. Took it to the wire as well for the Challenger Championship. Brilliant display from him. And then Rails will be the last one across the line as everyone else has been lapped. But what a race, what a season it's been. Congratulations to them all. As we wait for the Aston Martin final driver to cross the line for the final time in 2025. And it's been a brilliant, brilliant display. And we'll go through your grid order. And Benedict takes that bow, takes the final win of the season. And raises his hands in the air. Congratulations, Benedict. There's your race winner. Fastest lap goes to Josh. Game given driver of the day to Chess Bowl. Obviously given by the drivers. Benedict comes home in P1 and the top step. Terry Reds takes P2 on penalties. He'll be happy with that podium. Katamise is your champion for Div 2 and Professional Championship and gets P3 as an extra bonus. Lennon, commiserations, took it to the wire, takes P4, did as much as he could. Benja P5, P6 for Benji, P7 from P12 for Chessball and the Challenger Championship title too. Commiserations to Wesker, brilliant season for the Sauber drivers. Both Sauber drivers take that Constructors' Championship. And commiserations to Wesker, just had an unfortunate 10-second penalty. And wing damage. P9 for Guna and P10 Project Tie rounding off that top 10. Josh, P11, fastest lap with 18.5. Commiserations to him. So close, but so far for the Mercedes. P12 for Raul Krills, 13th, 14th Danny Dine. Harry Hale, 15th, 16th, 17th for Magel Sygate. Brilliant pole for him, but has to settle for P16. 18th for Kessler, 9th for the English Monk, and DNF the only driver to do so. Geezer. I'm out of breath, I'm out of energy. I'm going to go and grab some grub. And thank you everybody that's joined us this season, that's contributed to this season. A big thank you to all of the admin team of Jax Daniels, Callum, Lennon, Terry's, Zombie, Mattman, Aaron Trucker, all taking their part this season and helping this to make the season is what it is. A big thank you to all the drivers in both Div 1 and Div 2, both full-time and reserve, for contributing, making the season what it is. And we will be back for season 30. Yeah, that's right, big season 3.0 in the new year. I think on the 7th of January. We're going to have a good week rest now and start planning after Christmas. So thank you ever for joining us. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great new year. This is Lights Out League Racing. My name is Alex. Peace out.